What's going on YouTube? This is cjs064 and welcome to another RU battle here. Now, yes, I like the hats cute. I gave it to my brother, my little brother, but only out of embarrassment. So I'm going to wear it for this episode and hopefully we can get some good luck in this episode here. So today, we're up against our champion once again. Now, he's been begging me for an RU battle because he says it is his format, and considering that we lost him 0-4 in our previous battle, I'm not looking forward to this, but no one else is going to challenge me in RU, so I thought, why not? Now, I'm a bit worried because I don't want to have a third loss, but considering our track record, I would be surprised if that is the case here. So, still with our team here, one difference I've made, one change again to this team I've made is I put Earthquake on the Drapion instead of the Taunt because of the surprise factor, and if it has the scope lens with Sniper, it just means that it has a chance to be a crit as well. So we're having a look at our opponent here. He does have the Bennett, which I'm guessing is the Mega, the Houndoom, Golbat, Gastrodon, Virizion, and the Uxie. So quite a bit of power on that team right there. So what I'm going to do is, common weaknesses I've seen in this team here, I can see 2 weak to Psychic, so Gallade will be good for that. 2 weak to Ghost, but we don't have anything of the kind. 2 weak, no. Okay, yeah, so the only 2 weaknesses I see are Psychic, so Gallade could be pretty good for that. So, to start things off, he could start off with either the Uxie, or he could start off with the Houndoom. So, I'm going to start off with Gallade, and hopefully, because if he opens up with the Uxie, we can go for the knockoff. If he opens up with Houndoom, we can go for the close combat. But he could predict that and either go into the Bennett or into something else to eat the close combat like Golbat. So best of luck to Jake here, and we are entering our third RU battle. Hopefully this hat will be good luck, and hopefully we can see things through. So first I'm going to start with some really long ass name. It's going to be the Gastrodon. So that's going to be his start off here, and it's the shiny Gastrodon up against my Gallade. So this is an interesting start to say the least, because I wasn't expecting Gastrodon to be a start off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go for the knockoff and see if we can knock off whatever item that he has on this Slurp Mackenzie. I don't understand the reference, but he's actually going to swap. I think he was expecting a Leaf Blade because he's seen it before, and he's going to bring out the Uxie, and this knockoff should do quite a bit of damage to this Uxie. It's going to do over half, so that's good news for us. That was a crit as well, so that was a bit lucky for us. Now, I'm just thinking what he could do. He could either go for the Stealth Rocks, or he could go for a Thunder Wave, because I've noticed Uxie can, because it has such a large move pool, that's exactly what he can do here. So, just weighing my options, thinking what would be the best choice. If he goes for Thunder Wave, it cripples Gallade. If he goes for Stealth Rocks, he just got a free turn. So, I'm going to go ahead and swap into Gastrodon, expecting the Thunder Wave, just because I think Thunder Wave is a bit obvious. So, we're swapping Gastrodon, and we're going to see that he does go for the Thunder Wave. So that was actually very good for us. So, a good start for us to say the least. Now we're going to go ahead and go for the Scald. Now he could just set up the Stealth Rocks now because, like he does now, because he knows that either this Uxie is going to be gone or what have you, or something else. So we go ahead, we go for the Scald here. I'll be very surprised if we get the burn here because we've got pretty lucky to start things off here. No, we didn't get the burn, so that's okay, I guess, that's okay. Now what I'm thinking he's doing, I think he might swap out for the Virizion, but I don't think he would risk a Scald burn. So he could actually swap into his own Gastrodon, expecting the Scald to come through. So, or he could just go for knockoff. That's the other thing as well. He could go for a knockoff. So, I'm just trying to think what we can do here because it's really defensive. I'm actually going to go ahead and it's difficult. It's really difficult. I'm going to go ahead and there's too many options. I'm just going to go for the Scald and hope he stays in, let it go. He's going to stay in, he's going to go for the Psychic, and that's going to do a lot of damage to us. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's good for us that we went for the Scald. Hopefully it should finish it off. It doesn't, but the burn's going to finish it off. So we got the extra turn leftovers, I guess, so that was a pretty good turn, but it's unfortunate that we got the crit and the burn on the Uxie here. So Uxie is the first one to go down here, but I think Uxie has done its job by setting up those rocks. Just get things started. Now, more than likely he'll swap into the Virizion to scare out the Gastrodon because Virizion is a problem. As we do see the Virizion come in, the pink shiny Virizion. Now, he could go for a Leaf Blade and that would be the end of my Gastrodon, and I really don't want to see that happen. I just would not like that to happen. So, I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and swap for Aromatisse, because Aromatisse should be able to take at least 2 hits with rock damage on this Virizion, should he decide to not go for a Leaf move and go for a fighting type move, so it's resisted. But if he packs the Poison Jab and it actually lands, we could be in a world of hurt. So, making the call, it could have been Golbat to eat the close combat, or it could have been Aromatisse. The reason why I picked Aromatisse was because he might pack also Rock Slide as well, just instead. So we're going to bring out the Aromatisse here, and we're going to go and see what he's going to go for. So we take a bit of damage, and he's going to go for Sword. Oh, and this is exactly what I was worried about. So he got a free turn of Swords Dance. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Moonblast and pray. He's actually going to go straight to the Leaf Blade. That should not kill. It doesn't, but it does a lot of damage. And with the Citrus pop-up, I believe we should be able to live at least one more hit of that Leaf Blade. So we go for the Moonblast here, and let's see how much damage it does to this Virizion. It does over half, so it's actually a pretty bulky, and we see the leftovers on that Virizion. So, more than likely, another Moonblast will be enough to kill this Virizion. The question is he in fact going to leave it die to the Moonblast, or is he going to swap out? Because he might be trying to do calcs right now, expecting to see whether Aromatisse would actually live. So no, he's going to go ahead, he's going to swap out, he's going to probably bring out the Golbat. Yeah, he's going to bring out the Golbat, and he's going to eat up the Moonblast. So, unfortunate, but it's just pretty much what it is. So, I'm guessing that's a special defensive wall there. We get the no drops, okay. So, what I'm thinking he's going to try to do here is he can go for Super Feign. So, I'm going to go ahead and go for Wish, because I don't think Golbat would pack a Toxic, or not Toxic, but he could in fact go for the Poison type move. So I go ahead, go for the Wish, which isn't too bad for us here, and what I can do is I can go ahead and go for the Aromatherapy, and hopefully bring us back up to speed here. So if that's the case, that would be a terrific turn for us, because it just means that we've got a free recovery for Aromatisse here. But yeah, these battles are always back and forth. You've got to try and think a few moves ahead. But knowing most Golbats, they only pack offensively Super Feign and the Brave Bird as their moves. Me personally, I don't have the Brave Bird, I just have Toxic, just in case, because I think Toxic might have... So he's going to go for the Brave Bird, and he's going to hope that he can kill us. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't, but you never know. Yeah, it doesn't really kill us, but we're going to go ahead and go for the Aromatherapy, and we're going to bring ourselves back. A soothing aroma is just going to come back in here, and we're going to bring ourselves back up to almost, I would say about 75%? Yeah, about 75%. So that was a good turn for us. So we made the right calls there, but what I'm going to do is I'm expecting him to go ahead and go for another Toxic. So I'm going to go ahead and swap, but he's actually going to swap as well. So I'm bringing in the Drapion, expecting him to go for another Toxic, but he's going to bring in the Gastrodon. So that might be a good move, I guess, but we'll just see what happens. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to bring in the Drapion. That's just going to be our move here. We take a bit of rocks damage. So he's doing a good job keeping up the offense and everything else, because that is doing a lot of damage. Now I'm just curious to see if he's going to try and go for a Skull Burn. So I want to go ahead and go for the... I don't think Toxic Spikes are really necessary at this point, because I mean... no, I'm just going to go for the Night Slash, and hopefully we can get our critical scope lens to kick in. And it does, it actually kicks in, critical hit. He's going to go for the Skull, and he's going to pray for a burn to try and cripple this Drapion, and he doesn't get it, which is very good for us. So that critical hit scope lens is coming through with authority. So we're going to go ahead for one more Night Slash and pray to God that it's actually going to... But he's going to go for the Protect to get the leftovers recovery, so I guess that is... that's a good turn, and I guess Protect is a good move as well, just so he can scout for different things here. So he's going to get an extra turn of leftovers, and I'm pretty sure, even with the critical hit on the Night Slash, he should still be able to live a hit from this Night Slash. Now he can easily swap into Virizion, so he can get the justified boost. That would probably be bad for us, but we go ahead, we're going to go for Night Slash, and it looks like it's another critical hit. He's going to live, and he's going to go for Recover, and unfortunately I think that's going to put him back at where he just was. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit over, so that is really unfortunate for us, because now we're pretty much going to be locked into doing that here. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and go for Toxic Spikes, expecting him to protect again, because it just seems a bit too obvious. But then here, he could be baiting on the fact that we would try to go for something else. We do go for Toxic Spike. He doesn't go for Protect. That was a good move on his part here. So we've got one layer of spikes out. He's going to go for the Scald and try to burn us, because, you know what, I think it's fair if he gets the burn on us here, and he doesn't. So this is really unfortunate. So we got a free turn for the Night Slash, which isn't actually too bad. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Night Slash and pray that he doesn't go for Recover. More likely he won't, because now he goes for see, it's the mind games. He knows the mind games. He knows the mind games. And this is very annoying, because it's just all these mind games and everything else. So he got a free turn of leftovers here, so more likely he's going to go ahead and go for a Scald, and that's going to finish this off. But I'm going to go ahead and swap into Gastrodon, expecting the Scald, so that we can actually pump ourselves up one bit with our own, with the Gastrodon here to take on the Scald. So take a bit of damage again, we go for the Scald, and we just lap it up with the Storm Drain. So that was a really, really good turn for us. He gets leftovers recovery, I get leftovers recovery. Now, seeing as he gets the leftovers recovery first, he actually outspeeds us. Now, I don't know whether he has speed investment on that. I'll be very surprised if he does, but what I can do here is I want to go ahead and go for the Earth Power, but I'm expecting him to go for a Toxic, because I think most Gastrodons pack the Toxic. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a double swap into Golbat, expecting him to see, we're going to scout to see whether he has Toxic or he's going to go for Protect again. Because so far we've seen Scald and we've seen Recover. That's his two moves. We take the Rocks damage here, and he's going to go for the Withdraw as well. Okay, so we actually have Speed, so it's a Speed type. So he's going to bring in his own Golbat, so it's a Golbat face-off. So now I think this would be a good opportunity for us to go ahead and defog and get rid of these rocks, because these rocks are creating a huge problem for us, because it's making me take residual damage on each of my Pokemon as we go ahead for these swapping type moves. So that's pretty much the way things are going to go here. Now he could easily swap into something else and get a free swap in, because I have to go for defog. So we outspeed, we go for the defog here, so that's good news for us. Now the question is what he's going to go for. He's going to go for the, oh yeah, I got rid of the Toxic Spikes as well. So I guess it's not too bad. I would rather keep rid of the rocks on the outside than let him have the Toxic Spike. So he's going to go for a Brave Bird. That does a bit of damage, but what we're going to do is now we're going to go ahead and go for the Roost to pretty much heal up. Now if he wins the speed tie, it could be trouble if he gets a crit on us. But then again, it'd be fair if he does, because we do outspeed. We're going to go ahead and go for the Roost, and we're going to bring ourselves back up to probably about full health. He's going to go ahead and go for the Roost as well. Probably just because he knew I was going to go for the Roost here. Now he might not be packing Super Fang, so that actually might be interesting information. So what I can do now is I can go ahead and just thinking what I could do here. He's going to probably go for the Brave Bird, so just trying to think what our options are. I'm going to go for a Super Fang, expecting him to swap out. I just got a feeling he's going to swap out. He's not, he's just going to go straight for the Brave Bird. So this is going to be an old school Brave Bird fest here. So just realised the PowerPoint wasn't on, so luckily that we got everything in check here. We go ahead, we go for the Super Fang. That's going to bring him down to half, so that's actually pretty good for us here. So I'm expecting him to go for a turn of Roost. If he does, it just means we got a free swap in. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into the Camera Up, expecting him to go for a Roost, just because it would just give us a free turn to come in with the Camera Up here. Plus, it would also give us a turn for Stealth Rocks once we get rid of this Golbat. So he does go for the Roost, so that's good news for us, because it just means that we just got a free turn to go ahead and go for that here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Mega Evolution. I'm going to go for the... I'm going to go for Yawn. I'm going to go for Yawn and force it out so we can get our rocks up. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to Mega Evolve now. More likely he's probably going to go for the Toxic to try and set up a Toxic onto our camera up. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go for the Yawn. So he decides to stay in, obviously because he hasn't swapped out yet. He's going to go for Toxic, and he's going to land it as it would. And we're going to go ahead and go for a Yawn and force this this Golbat to get out. So that's actually not a bad turn for us here. So we do get a bit of damage on the camera up here, which is unfortunate, but now what we can do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to go for the Stealth Rock. Because if he's going to stay in, he's going to stay in. If he's going to swap into Gastrodon, then that's fine. It just means we've got a free turn for the Stealth Rocks. But the other thing is, well, is it allows us to put us back into Aromatherapy at back. So he's going to go ahead and swap like I thought he was going to. Now I'll be very interested to see, he's going to bring back out the Gastrodon, Sloane's Mackenzie, whatever that means. We go for the Stealth Rock, it's a good turn for us and we were able to do that. So that is really good for us here. See Leftovers Recovery there, and we're going to go ahead and I think now would probably be the best time to go for Aromatisse to get rid of this Toxic off on the camera, because now we've got the rock set up on his side there. Now, yeah, so we'll go ahead, we'll go for the Aromatisse just because Aromatisse can get rid of the burn, but he's actually going to double swap. He's going to probably bring back in the Golbat. Yes, he does. That's a really good play there. So, you know, he's going to take a bit of rocks damage, and he's just going to pretty much waste our play, because now he's going to go for the Defog. Fuck you! So he made a good prediction there, expecting us to swap. I'm going to go ahead and... That was such a good move. I really hate him for that. I really hate him so much for that, because he's just now going to defog the rocks that we just set up. So he's pretty much just going to just do that. So we're going to go for a Wish, and we'll see if we can possibly bring back into Drapion, because bringing Drapion back up to a better amount of health would be good, but also getting rid of the Toxic on that would be easy. So he's obviously not letting me go ahead and swap into Drapion because he's expecting me to do that. So we're going to take some damage from that, and he's going to take a bit of damage from that, and we're going to go ahead, go for the Aromatherapy, and the Aromatherapy is going to get rid of the Toxic on the camera up. So that's a good turn for us. Now, what my options are, I want to actually go ahead and go for a Calm Mind and set up on this Golbat, because this Golbat really can't do anything to me. So he's going to go ahead and go for the Roost to recover up, which is good for him. But now we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to get one turn of Calm Mind, and this might actually scare him out to go into something else, because a Calm Minding Aromatherapy Aromatisse could be a big problem for his team there. So I think now would probably be a good time to go for... I think he's going to go into the swaps. No, is he going to? I'm going to go for the Moonblast. He's going to go for Toxic, and he's going to try to force us to swap out and everything else. And now, unless he has a Taunt on his team, that was a pretty good move. But we go for the Moonblast. I probably should have gone for another Calm Mind. Yeah, because that does absolutely nothing. So, but he gets a special attack drop, and that's really irrelevant. So all these battles here is just going to be a long. This is going to be a long battle. I really hate long battles. I really do, just because I just don't like the stacking up of everything here. So I'm going to go for another Calm Mind here. Now he can go ahead and swap, knowing that probably he's going to stay in, because again the mind games and everything else. He's going to go for another Brave Bird, so we get up one more turn of the Calm Mind, which isn't too bad. Probably should have gone for the Wish, because if he pops the Citrus Berry, that would be unfortunate. I can't remember if we've already popped the Citrus Berry or not, but we're already 17 minutes into the game here, and I feel like this is going to be a really, really long game here. So we do see that Poison out is going to be a problem. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Wish. Now I hope, because now he's just going to be setting up to go for Brave Birds, trying to break down the residual damage for us. So it's unfortunate that this is now what's happening here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Wish, and hopefully with the Toxic damage, and no, not at all. We are not going to live that at all. So he played that really well, making those predictions and everything else. So the question is, can it survive a Brave Bird? Can Drapion survive a Brave Bird? But instead I'm going to go ahead and swap into the the camera up, and hopefully, even with the Brave Bird, we should be able to take a hefty hit from this Golbat here, because that was he played that really well. I pretty much did everything that he wanted me to do. The only thing I probably should have done was got rid of the poison sooner. So we take some damage from that, and we're going to go ahead and heal up that damage. So that was, I guess it was good that we got camera back to full health. Now the only problem is we have a Golbat to face. Now if he goes for Toxic, which he does, now I have an interesting situation here, because now I can get him down to a point where, let's see how much damage this max attack flamethrower does to a Golbat. That does quite a bit. Now what I'm expecting him to do is, I'm expecting him to go for a Roost, and what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power, because I've seen so many people do this before. I'm going to go ahead and go for an Earth Power, expecting him to go for the Roost. Because if he does that, it just means that the Earth Power will more likely kill the Golbat. That's if he goes for the Roost though. If he swaps into Houndoom, that'd be good, because he might be anticipating the Flamethrower. Brizion might be bad, and Banette would be okay, I guess. And basically, if he goes for the Roost or swaps into Houndoom, it would make this play tenfold. Just go the distance. So, waiting here to see what he does. The anticipation is killing me here. He's gonna go for, wow. He went for default. He read us to go for Earth Power. But now I just want to go for a Flamethrower, but I'm afraid he's going to go for the Roost again. Is he going to be that guy? I'm going to go for Earth Power again. Is he going to be that guy? Yes, he's going to be that guy. So he goes for the Roost. We make the right call this time. He got that one turn off the defog, so that was a good move for him, but we're going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power, and this Earth Power should kill the Golbat. It does. So the Golbat goes down. Those mind games. Just the mind games with the champion. It's very annoying to say the least. So. Now we're just trying to see what he's going to go into now. He's going to go back into Gastrodon. So this is going to become very annoying very quick. So, Camerupt really doesn't have much use in this match, because he's got the Brizion, he's got the Houndoom, which I think would do a lot more damage to the Camerupt than the others. So the question is he going to go ahead and go for a Scald? Something tells me he's going to, so I'm going to swap out, and I'm going to go into Gastrodon, expecting a Scald here. Because Scald just seems way too obvious, and because he wants to kill my thing, he's going to go for the Scald, and we get the boost. So that was indeed a good turn for us. So we get the special attack boost, we get leftovers recovery, and we outspeed. So it just means that our Earth Powers are going to do a lot more damage to this here. Now I want to take a gamble here. I've got a feeling either he's going to swap into the Brizion, expecting to eat up the Earth Power. I don't know, I really want to hit Scald in this thing, but I don't want it to give it a boost, just because. I know Brizion swap into Earth Power is too obvious. It just seems way too obvious. I don't know what it is. It's screaming at me, going, go ahead, Scald me. I'm going to go for Scald, hopefully he swaps. He's going to go for Protect, so I'm sure Scald doesn't work on the Protect, I would hope. It doesn't. Oh, thank God. Okay, so that was a big relief there, because now he's just scouting us to see what we're going to do here. Because I don't want him to go ahead and go for to swap into Brizion. He's going to go for Toxic, and that's going to do a bit of damage to us now, because our aromatherapy user is pretty low. So we're going to go for the Earth Power here. Hopefully with the +1 special attack, it's going to do some damage. It doesn't, so that's unfortunate. Now, depending if we can get a special defense drop, that actually might help. But what we can do as well is, yeah, it's troublesome. This is a troublesome matchup, to say the least. Now I'm predicting he's going to go for, see, I hate these predictions. I'm going to predict he's going to go for a Recover, so I'm going to bring Delayed, and we'll see if we can scare him out into something else. You know, something else. So more likely he's worried about the speed tie, because if he goes first or second, he can either go ahead and go for the recover, anticipating going second, or he can go for the Earth Power, praying for a special defense reduction. So we're going to swap out, we're going to bring in Gallade here, and we'll see if he's ballsy enough to go for a Skull, because I mean, for me that was pretty ballsy. I should have predicted the Protect. He does actually go for the Protect, so we got a free swap in, so that is absolutely phenomenal for us. Absolutely phenomenal that we did go ahead and get that free recovery off. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go for the, I'm going to play a game here. I'm going to go for Zen Headbutt and pray for a flinch, because now he's going to go for the Protect, predicting what we're going to do here. So I guess that was a good move. He's going to see we're going for the Zen Headbutt. Now what he can do is he can go ahead and predict that and go into either the Houndoom, or he can stay and hope that I'm going to do the same thing. But because we revealed that, I want to go ahead and go for the knockoff to get rid of his leftovers. Because his leftovers is giving him too much recovery. More like he's going to go for the recover here. He's actually going to go for another toxic. So now he's just trying to build up all the toxic spread over the entire thing here. Now, I'm pretty sure, I would hope, don't quote me on this, I hope that a close combat from this range can kill. The question is, can it kill? So we're going to go for a close combat here. Fuck off with the Protect! God damn it! God, I hate Protect, Stally fucks. Oh. If there's one thing I hate, it is just protecting, and protecting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go for Zen Headbutt, because now he's expecting the close combat. See if we can go ahead and get the flinch here, because this flinch is gonna cinch it for us if we can get it. But no, he's gonna go for recover. So, oh, for fuck's sake, this Protect is gonna be annoying to deal with, because he's just gonna Protect stall the fuck out of us with all the other Pokemon being poisoned. So this is just going to be annoying as shit. Like, honestly, this is really getting annoying. So we got rid of the recovery. Well, it's just annoying. I'm predicting the Protect. This is just, I hate games where it's like this, where it's just Protect stalling and just toxic stall. I just hate it so much. It's annoying, to say the least. I'm going to go for a close combat, expecting Protect. He doesn't actually go for Protect, so that's good news for us. We're going to get a hunk of damage off that thing there, so more than likely we can see the end of this this Gastron. He's going to go for Skull, but it's not going to do anything to us because we are Assault Vested. Now what he can do is he can go ahead and go for the... Wow, we took a lot of damage off that. So, fuck, this is going to be annoying. I don't want him to recover, but I've got a feeling he's going to go for the Protect. I've got a feeling he's going to go for the Protect. Something inside me is just saying, dude, he's going to go for the Protect. But if I let go Gallade, so Gallade gets rid of, well, I mean, it doesn't get rid of anything. We'll go ahead and go for the close combat. I think we're going to sacrifice Gallade here because he does go for the Protect, but I didn't want to predict that. Like, if I went to Drapion, it would have been a free swap in, but I didn't want to let it get a turn of recovery. So unfortunately, this Toxic is going to end the Gallade here. So unfortunately, our hero of this here is going to die here. So it's really unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Drapion, and I would hope a Night Slash would kill this Slums Mackenzie, because this is really getting annoying now for the fact that now he's just going to do all this random bullcrap. So unfortunately I let go of Glade, but by doing that we secure the kill on the Gastrodon, if we can actually land the hit, that is. So he could go ahead and swap out, and we go for the Night Slash. He can go for either the Houndoom, or he can go for it. He's going to let it go for the Night Slash, and this should kill. It does. We land the crit because of scope lanes, and the Gastrodon now is down and out. So that was really good for us to do there. Unfortunately, we had to sacrifice the Glade in order to make that play work. In comes a Virizion, and this Virizion is going to be a bit of a problem here. So now I'm actually interested to see what he's going to go for. We're going to go for the Cross Poison, expecting a Swords Dance, because really, he's going to go for the Stone Edge. He's going to miss the Stone Edge. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay. Shit. That Stone Edge miss is going to cost him. Shit. I feel bad for him. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna go for Earthquake. He's probably gonna kill us with Dark Pulse. Goes for the Dark Pulse. and rightfully so. This Drapion is going to go down to a Dark Pulse here. So, wow, that Stone Edge miss. I wonder what he was predicting with the Stone Edge. Maybe he was expecting, that's Life Orb damage. Oh fuck. Okay, so now we're at an interesting conundrum here, because now we can go ahead and bring in the Golbat, and this Golbat can just stall out this Houndoom. The problem is, because we're not at full health, I think he might Dark Pulse flinch us, which would be a problem, because we'll go for the Roost. Hopefully he doesn't flinch us. He's gonna go for it. Wow. Wow. Okay, late game sweep, here we come. So we go for the Roost, and this is gonna be a very close battle indeed. So, shit. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Super Fang to bring him down to half health. Hopefully this Dark Pulse isn't a one-hit KO. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's not. Can we land it? Don't flinch me. Don't flinch. Okay, thank God. We go for the Super Fang here, and the Super Fang is going to bring him down to over half. So that's good news for us. So the problem is, I don't think we're going to leave another Dark Pulse here. So that's really unfortunate. I think he's going to go ahead and late game sweep us. Fudge. This is going to be terrible. And that Life Orb is just going to whittle down bit by bit. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Aromatisse. This is why I wanted to Protect and Aromatisse. I feel like Protect is a lot better on Aromatisse than Carmine. I really wish I had it on there now, just so we can get an extra... Well, I mean, it really doesn't do anything to him now. I'm going to go for Aromatherapy and hope he misses. I doubt he will, but I'm just curious to see what he's actually going to do here. So we go for Aromatherapy. Why would I do that though? What would be the point of that? So this Dark Pulse is going to kill our Aromatisse here. So please don't tell me it's going to be a late game sweep. I really don't want a late game sweep here. It's going to come down now to which Pokemon I want to live. Oh yeah, Golbat's gone. What am I talking about? God. Shit. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be late game sweep here, which is unfortunate. I really don't want a late game sweep here. Now, I don't know whether Gastron can live. If he can live, great, but we can't be flinched here, because this flinch is going to kill us. He gets the crit. He gets the crit. He gets the crit. He gets the crit. When it really mattered. He got the crit. God fucking damn it, he got the crit. Even though we've had a lot of hacks on our side, but God, he got the crit. He got the crit. And we're going to lose this game 1-0. Oh, this is very frustrating, but at the same time I could admit how frustrating he might be on his end with all the hacks that has been going his way, missing the Stone Edge, getting the burn on his Uxie and everything else. So I mean, I guess it was expected, but man, that was so close. I'm annoyed how it ended because it's another loss for us. So now we're standing at 0-3 in RU. So whether it's me that needs work on RU or I just need a better team. I really like this team, I really do. Like the Protect, I don't know, the Protect really would have mattered on that Aromatisse. If I Toxic instead of Roosted when he went for the nasty plot, that actually would have been better. So I guess he predicted us going for the Roost, so that was really good of him. So a good game to Jake, he's a champion for a reason, he wins battles, he plays RU a lot, and we just lose another battle again. So unfortunately this hat wasn't good luck, but we did have a terrific battle to say the least, so I guess that's the important thing. So if you guys enjoyed this episode and you guys enjoyed the closeness of this Wi-Fi battle and all the shenanigans left and right, go ahead and leave a like down below, because as always your support is appreciated. And yeah, like what can I say, it was a close battle. I wish things could have been different, but you know what, it is what it is. So we have one more battle. Hopefully we can get one win with RU, and hopefully that will happen in the next RU battle. He's disconnected, so have a great day, have a great night. Whoever is watching this, wherever you're watching this, this is cjs064 over and out, and as always, Pika P. We'll see you next time.